Man United 2, Everton 0. A lot of people that we've been speaking to around here on social media, just like, tough watch, we're just rubbish, and this, that, and the other. How do you see that?
Exactly that, really.
Really?
I don't know what else to say. We weren't great, but I think it's the first time in a long time I felt genuinely comfortable at half time, because you're 2-0 up. You just knew they weren't going to score. It didn't matter what they did.
Was it that like, actually, we're against a really poor side today, so we'll be all right? At 2-0.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of both. I mean, I never felt at all that they were going to score. I think there was that McNeil volley in the first half that looked like it was dipping in from my
better than it was.
Yeah. But there was nothing else. I think you've got to hand it to the back four in particular. They defended the box really, really well.
A lot of blocks.
Yeah.
A lot of interceptions. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they're good at. And Johnny Evans had a brilliant game. I thought he was absolutely fantastic.
Great to see him get his little standing ovation, and because this is a guy, let's be honest, like, he's not meant to be here, but he's resurrected his Man United career out the blue, and we thought he probably weren't going to play much, and he does play quite a bit, and when he does, he's always good.
Do you know, I'd definitely keep him for another year or two.
That's what, yeah.
He just...
It's true, though.
Yeah, but there's not many better fifth-choice centre-backs out there.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, he can even step in. Like, I think there's certain players that just get it. They just do the right
play
things.
properly, yeah.
Yeah, and like sometimes he does get a bit excited. There are a couple of times when he goes a bit past his limits,
But then he goes, okay, yeah. Let me just go back to being normal.
But other moments, he's the one stepping out of defence with the ball. He's making nice passes through the lines. He's receiving it in midfield on the half turn. He just gets it. He's just a good footballer.
He's a good pro, isn't he? Yeah, he just gets it. Yeah.
But it's weird. He seems to get it more than Rafa Varane, who's won 5 Champions Leagues, and Harry Maguire, who cost £70 million. And
80. Yeah. Our midfield. Talk to me about it.
What midfield? It's a disgrace. Flack, it's an absolute disgrace.
Really?
You got to do the voice. Go on.
It's that bad, isn't it? It's an absolute disgrace. Manchester United midfield.
Shocking. Like Casemiro, I was shouting at him, Casemiro, we're playing in red. We're playing in red. The number of passes he's given away, and it's not just this game. But people come out and defend him because he's won so much and he's the only player in this team that's a winner. It doesn't matter. He's giving the ball away every fucking time he gets it. I don't care how many things he's won in the past. Now he is crap. He's playing like, if anyone else was playing like that, they would be hounded out of the place, because it's not acceptable. It's embarrassing. The number of times he slide tackles the air, he does.
Oh, that one's crazy. When he just, yeah, that's the best way. Slide tackle the air.
You say that one. He does it every game about 5 or 6 times, and he'll go out and jump and press something, but he can't move. He'll get nowhere near it, and he just leaves a big hole behind him. He's like, it's almost like he's making decisions as if he was right in his peak in 2014, 2015 when he was winning Champions Leagues. That's not what you are anymore. But the problem is, I don't know what he can do, because there's nothing, is there? He
can get us goals sometimes,
What's he supposed to do the rest of the time when he's not in the box? He can't pass a ball. As you said, it's the only one he's got is that one round the corner, but he doesn't look. It's just more luck than judgment.
It's just a percentage ball, just a good area.
Yeah, it's just lucky when it comes off. We were saying it last season at the start. He was getting away with it because the wingers were anticipating things. But now sometimes we're trying to play a little bit more. He doesn't get away with it anymore, and it's disgraceful. He can't turn. He can't move, and I think the bit that frustrates me as well is that even when he does have games, because people, I'll tweet about, Casemiro's pissing me off, and people bring up his pass completion. The problem is a lot of those completed passes, they're bouncing into the receiver, or they played it behind him, or
they're just basic, easy passes just to someone just in front of you.
The one he does so often though, he kind of hits it like that, and he bounces it in a few times, and it comes up and it bounces up, and then instead of putting the player in a position where the receiver in a position where they can play first time, they've got to take a touch, and it kills us. And he's not the only one by any means. There's so many players, but the detail on the pass isn't there. It's either they play it to the wrong foot, or it's bouncing, or it's too fast, or it's too slow, or in the right moment. It's just, there's no appreciation for what someone else is going to have to do with the ball when they get it. It's elementary, and it's frustrating, because you're watching these players. People want Ten Hag to play possession football and dominate games. He can't do that with these guys, because you see, they make 3 or 4 passes, and there's this shit easy pass that gets messed up. It gets played out of play, or a pass that, the midfielder back to a defender, and somehow it's not pinpoint. That's just not acceptable at any top team. but they can't do it.
And you couple that with McTominay having to play, just behind a striker today as well. So it's like you're destined to just not keep the ball properly.
Midfield three can't keep a ball. Casemiro and McTominay. Your defenders aren't the greatest. Obviously, Lindelof, who by the way had a fantastic game today.
Yeah, just read everything, did everything properly.
Defensively was great.
Yeah, and look, the fact that Jack Harrison didn't try and take him down the line and get at him, just steady Eddie from Lindelof. Easy game for him. Read the game properly and do everything properly.
I think that he did still have stuff to do, and he defended the box really, really well. He doesn't always do that, so you've got to give him credit for that.
Definitely.
But at the same time, he's in a very difficult position playing out when he's so right-footed.
Yeah.
On that left side, it's tough.
He's going to be limited, yeah.
And
so it's only really Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield who wants to have it at feet, wants to try and play, but it's like he's got two other people in there that's like, no, we don't want to do that hot potato football.
There's so few players in the team that can actually keep the ball. You've got Onana there, you've got Mainoo, you've got Dalot, I'd say, as well.
Yeah, he can play a bit.
Evans.
Varane's more of a just keep the ball moving across the back foot. He put one out with his left foot, which was a bad one. Couple of long passes today. I don't like that.
I used to give Varane a lot of credit for he always keeps it moving, always does a reasonable job. Last few weeks and this season he's going downhill with the ball. There was one against City where he's just the ball's just gone straight through him and gone out of play. There's one today where he's tripped over the ball and it's gone out.
Yeah, he slipped.
Lost it. It's the amount of time that's happening now is becoming more and more frequent, and that's not good enough. And if you can't do that, what else is Ten Hag supposed to do?
This is why we've got to change. This is why we've got to change a lot. But Garnacho won a couple pens. On the other side of that performance, he was extremely wasteful, but he was the reason why we got two opportunities to get penalties and win the game comfortably. But again, the decision making when he's that time when he sat down Branthwaite, and I'm like, you're in. Then he keeps going, and then Branthwaite can flick it. It's just the decision making. He's active. He's aggressive. He wants to get at you, and he'll keep the fullback working. It's just that calmness we need from him now.
Yeah, it's there. But what I like about him is he forgets things straight away. So he'll just always try and be direct, always try and be aggressive. Rashford could learn a thing or two because it's a mentality thing. It's not a quality thing. Yeah. There's no reason why Rashford couldn't have had the performance Garnacho did today, and Rashford would have probably scored 2 or 3 because he's better at the end product stuff. Look, Garnacho's done well, and long may it continue because he's started 25 games in a row now, and the fact he's starting to get some good performances out shows he's starting to get it and starting to understand what he needs to do.
Lastly, it's Liverpool next, FA Cup, big game. Obviously, doesn't need to be built up. Can we get it done? I think Rasmus will be back, hopefully. But what do you think?
Yeah, I thought Bruno did well in the false 9 today. Yeah. But it'll be good to have Højlund back, and I think the thing with the way Ten Hag plays is that we always tend to sort of drop to the level of the opposition, and I think part of that is that we're not good enough to dominate games and keep the ball.
Yeah, when the onus is on us, we can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw against City, there were sequences where we made 5 or 6 passes, then someone did something stupid, and it was never in the top third or the top players doing it. It was players at the back who, if they lose the ball, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And then they're giving the ball away with a pass into midfield or a 5-yard pass, the way that Casemiro did today. And the thing is, I think because we can't do that, we have to sort of make the opposition think that they've got a chance to score, so that we've got space to break into and can be direct, and so that tends to drop us to the level of the opposition. So I think we will be better next week against Liverpool because it's better opposition, but we just can't afford to concede an early goal. I think that's it. One thing I do want to say actually, Branthwaite and Onana for Everton. A lot of people want to see them play for United.
Thank you, Cam. Talk it. Go on.
Yeah, I thought Branthwaite was pretty good actually, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say, yeah, not for me.
No, he got sat. He did get sat down by Garnacho.
He was all right.
I think he's a decent player.
Oh, no,
I like
no,
what I see.
Kicking out a plate he's all right, mate. He's all right. Gets about the pitch, physical, but that's not for me.
Is he a massive upgrade on what Casemiro is bringing currently? Yes, but that's because Casemiro is playing like he's playing like a League 2 footballer at this point. It's embarrassing.
Interesting.
And look, I don't think Onana's brilliant. He's an upgrade on Casemiro, but I wouldn't be spending 60 million on him. 30, 35 million, yeah, get him in, he's better, he can be a squad player, he's physical, good in the air, will do a lot of stuff for you. But I think people are making the same mistake they made with Amrabat. He's not actually that good.
Ooh, no. Big up.
I think Branthwaite's alright.
I think in a better team, he'd be a bit composed, alright.